Hey, everybody, and welcome in. It's the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. We're the fantasy football show that gives you a peek inside the life and times of our Dynasty League. I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is my good friend, Yoda Clown. And this week, we're going to be breaking down week 2, looking at week 3, all while navigating this nasally head cold congestion thing I got going on. So bear with us, folks. Andrew, how are you doing? I'm sorry, Yoda Clown, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you very much. Thanks for asking. And you sound like you're sick, so
Mhm.
I'm not even going to go down that path.
Nope. Dealing with it for a couple days. We're going to power through tonight. We're going to make it happen.
Well, we're not hanging out tomorrow night then. Sorry.
No, probably not. I'm probably going to drop my daughter off and then go find some place to have a nap in my car until dance is over. Okay, football news. Daniel Jones and Russell Wilson. Wow, having a great start to their seasons.
Yes, very much so. Very shocking.
Mm-hmm. Also shocking, the Bengals are 2-0 in games they should have lost. How do you feel about that as a Bengals fan?
Well, I wouldn't say they should have lost them.
They were outplayed in both matchups.
Yeah, but still, it's Cleveland.
Exactly.
They should have beat Cleveland either way.
Cleveland should have beat Baltimore and still lost. They had an extra 100 some yards on them, more first downs, a whole bit, and then still lost by 24 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah. No, the Bengals. It's just going to get even worse. I think they can't seem to. I think they need to move away from Joe Burrow. Honestly, if the guy can't stay healthy, go and get somebody that can.
Come on, that's stay healthy. This is a guy who's running for his life because the ownership did not provide him, one, with an offensive line, and two, with the defense.
I know, but still, he hasn't. He's been in the league 5 years and has missed significant time. Probably 4 of the 5 years. You gotta cut your losses and move on. He might be the greatest quarterback of all time, but
if he's not in the field, he can't prove it.
If he's not on the field, he's not doing nothing for your team. And hey, this is coming from a Bengal fan that is saying draft somebody a little bit stronger next year.
Well, they have to be in position to draft somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess which brings us to some injury news. All right, so Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow, we were just talking about, he has been placed on IR with turf toe. He's undergoing surgery. He's going to be out for most of the season. Other quarterback Commanders, quarterback Jane Daniels has a knee injury, so that's something to monitor. Jets quarterback Justin Fields is in concussion protocol, and it has been announced he is out this week. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy will miss 2 to 5 weeks with an ankle injury. And the Vikings have also placed running back Aaron Jones on IR with a hamstring, so he's going to miss at least 4 weeks.
Yep.
Lovely.
Lots of handcuff guys if you had them.
Yeah. Well, Ravers ran, and Jake Browning, big name, drafted a lot of places. I had to pay up to get him. The quarterback injury bug has bit me hard, and I've had to go out and make trades. So thank you very much for helping me facilitate some of those trades in leagues. But yeah, the Jaden Daniels news, the JJ McCarthy, all suck.
Yes. Another one that was hot on the waivers, and I grabbed him in, I think, one of our leagues. McNichols from Washington with their quarterback or with their running back going down the week before. It's just now that McConkey, not McConkey. What was
Krosky Merritt?
Krosky Merritt and McNichols are the two guys because Rodriguez is out as well.
No, he's out as a healthy scratch.
Was he? Oh, I just saw out on his.
Yeah, so he's out as a healthy scratch. So when they lost Austin Eckler, obviously Chris Rodriguez is now going to be in the play, and they had to bring somebody else in. So was it Jaleel McLaughlin?
They put somebody on their. They put somebody on their practice squad yesterday.
So I imagine that Bill Krosky guy is going to get a lot of touches, and then Chris Rodriguez is probably going to be the backup or the change of pace guy.
Well, I would put McNichols will probably be the backup, and then Rodriguez will be the third.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's how it's going to work then. Either way, it elevates one player. This is why it's important to own handcuffs, why I'm a big believer. Because if guys go down, it's nice to have someone you can immediately slot in without having to worry or panic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just word of warning, everybody, unless you're like Donnie, who works in the middle of the night, don't send trades in the middle of the night like I did to Mike last night.
Okay.
I meant for that trade to be I get the fourth, not give up my fourth.
Okay, so we're
that
talking
you jumped on first thing this morning. I think that was in
no fun. No fun?
No. That was in Simple.
Simple? Yeah, okay, so
yes.
I needed a quarterback.
I gave up Drake May and a fourth
for Travis Kelce.
For Travis Kelce.
Which that's not it's still pretty good.
No, but when I went to send because you had sent me one and I countered.
Yep. You did.
I countered, and I was thinking I was asking for Kelce and the fourth for Drake May.
Now I'm surprised. Why Drake May? I'm much happier with Drake May. Who did I ask for originally? Do you remember?
You had asked for Lions quarterback.
Oh, Goff. Yeah, so you got Jordan Love, Will Howard, Tyler Shuck, and Jared Goff. And I'm thinking like, okay, you probably want to keep Drake May, young quarterback coming up. And like
my thought. Sorry to cut you off
there.
Yeah, go ahead. My thought process was Goff may only have 1-2 years left max. I was thinking more from the standpoint of if Love goes down, I want
a reliable starter.
Yes, he's more reliable than Drake May, in my opinion.
Sure.
Yes, long term, the younger guy would most definitely be. But I just wanted somebody who's in there, who's going to be in there, who has performed and will probably perform all year.
Okay.
Just in case Love goes down. This way, like I can look up the matchups week after week, and am I going to go Love or am I going to go Goff? Whoever's got the better matchup is probably who I'm going to start.
Okay. Well, I'm happy with it. Like I got a young quarterback. Potentially he does something. Yeah. That's a 4th round pick. It's like a bag of chips.
Yes. But like a word of warning, don't send a counter offer at 3:00 in the morning when you're half asleep.
All right, don't do that. That is a don't. What is a do though is talking about other league stuff, starting with the sleeper report. Sleeper report. This is where Sleeper produces their weekly report on the performance of the league and how everybody did. And we only look at a couple of items that we find to be entertaining. The first one being the best manager. So this is the guy who is the most accurate in setting his roster, and back-to-back wins here for Chervin. 86% this week. Congratulations.
But I think if we look at like the last couple of years that we've been doing this, 86 seems to be on the lower end for manager of the week, because they're usually up in the 90s.
Yeah. It means we are whiffing. We are making choices, and guys on our bench are going off more than we expect. Yeah. All right. Next up we got is the worst manager of the week, and we have new representation. We have Donnie at 64%, leaving so many points on his bench. So Donnie, congratulations. We're all going to laugh at you.
I'm not laughing.
You're not laughing? Because you've been there before.
Yes, and because I'm going to be announced in a few minutes.
Yeah, okay. Narrowest victory, which is not so narrow, by the way. Juan beat Josh by 11.44 points. That was the closest. So this week was full of blowouts. Some big point differentials. Juan pulled off 101.84 versus 90.4. Congratulations, Juan. Give you a little bit of applaud there. All right. And the highest score of the week goes to none other than Chervin with 146.8, being the best manager. Here we go. And the highest score. Congratulations. Yeah. Chervin, just racking up the accolades. Good on you. Now, the award that we want to hear the most each and every week is who has earned the title of Poor Man of the Week, getting the least amount of points. And this week's winner is none other than our co-host with the most, Yoda Clown, aka Andrew, with 88.28 points. And with that, my friend, you get the sploosh, gurgle, 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 gurgle.
Yeah, going into Monday, I was predicted not to be the guy.
Yep.
And my Monday's guys didn't do what they were supposed to.
So what do you attribute this wonderful accolade to this week?
Oh my God.
Who pooped the bed for you?
3/4 of my team. Let me just go back to week two. Let's see. Omaria Hampton didn't do what he was supposed to do on Monday night. Akonko didn't do what he was supposed to do. Charbonnet did not do what he was supposed to do. Yeah. And then I also left, I left Jeff Goff on the bench as opposed to Jordan Love. There was 20 points right there. Who else was?
You're in the right league. You're in the wrong league, man. I have Jared Goff in that league. You're in simple. You gotta jump over to poor man. Let's go here. let me tell you, because I'm looking, I'm thinking like, where are you getting these players from? Because that is not what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So Pacheco obviously pooped the bed again. Ken Coleman pooped the bed again. Hollywood Brown.
Genty didn't do you any good.
No. And then on my bench, like I said, DeAndre Hopkins went off again. Thornton went off.
Yeah, you couldn't have guessed Tyquan Thornton.
No, I don't understand what. I mean, that's why they're an Owen team right now. Mahomes is just picking somebody different every week.
But he kind of has to, because he doesn't really have that true elite guy.
True.
Now, rumor has it that Xavier Worthy is gearing up to play. So he's got the brace on. He's been practicing in limited participation this week. And it sounds like he's trending to play, which I'm not sure how that's going to look or work. He dislocated his shoulder from that weird hit he got from his teammate Travis Kelce. And now he's in the recovery mode. So let's see how that plays out.
And then in 3 weeks, Rice is supposed to come back? Didn't he get 4 games?
Oh, you got 6.
Oh, you got 6? Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Although there are some dummies on that team that are wearing shirts that say free number 4. I'm like, free him from what? Accepting responsibility for his actions? Come on, guys. That's just bad.
Yes. And Travis Kelce was one of those idiots doing it.
Yes, he was. It's like, you guys are morons. It's like, you can't free a man. Like, he shouldn't even be playing football after committing a crime like that.
Exactly.
But hey, this is the NFL, and money talks and bullshit walks.
Yes.
Okay, moving along. Let's talk about last week's matchup results. So it was me versus Chervin. Chervin got the highest score. I got crushed. So congratulations, Chervin. Unfortunately, everybody selected me. Sorry, guys, I let you down. Matchup 2, Donnie versus Slick. Donnie's team fell short, suffered from the same circumstances you and I did. Some of the guys just did not live up to what they should have done, and Slick got the victory, which is great because I'm the only one who picked Slick. Next up, we got Yoda Clown versus Marvin. Marvin got the second highest score of the week, so even if you had performed admirably, it'd be pretty tough to beat Marvin. So Marvin did get that win, and we all got that. Josh versus Juan. Juan came out on top. And then Gabriel versus Bryce. Gabriel came on top, and we all made those selections. So here's the breakdown. I went 4-1 as the only guy picking Slick over Donnie. So I'm sitting at 8-2 over on the season. Yoda Clown, you went 3-2. You're sitting at 7-3. Josh, he went 3-2, losing his top spot and tying with me now at 8-2. And Gabriel went 3-2. He's now sitting at 7-3. So still fairly close. Yeah, still fairly close. It'll take a season to really separate everybody out. Now let's talk about the next matchups of the week. Matchup number 1 for week 3 is me versus Bryce. We're both sitting at 1-1. I'm currently projected to do 131 versus 116. So here's who I'm rocking. I went week 1 with Kyler, and Kyler was okay. Or no, I went week 1 with Goff. Goff did not live up, so I benched him. Should have kept him in with the 45-some points that he did. I put Kyler in. Kyler had an okay week, not a great week. So you know what? I'm done with that. I'm going to switch over, and I'm going to play Dak Prescott. Didn't have a great week 1, but he rebounded in week 2 against the Giants. I'm hoping that that trend continues.
Well, they got a weak Chicago team too.
Yeah, so I want to pick on Chicago, so I'm going to play Dak Prescott. I'm sticking with Gibbs, CMC, AJ Brown. They're winning without having to pass, which sucks. But I can't bench an elite wide receiver. I just can't do it. So I'm sticking with AJ Brown and Mike Evans. Trey McBride's my tight end. I'm still running with James Conner. James Conner's having a pretty decent season. He's not getting all of the snaps, but he's getting enough attempts and has that touchdown potential that he's just a regular start. I swapped out Alvin Kamara for Michael Pittman. I feel like Michael Pittman is getting to the stage where he's reliable. He's going against a weak Tennessee defense, and Daniel Jones is trying to secure himself as a permanent starter. So I'm going to pick this guy and go for the upside. And then Deebo Samuel in a trade that I made with Josh. All right, I'm just looking at the history correctly here. Where is that? Yes, I traded with Bryce. Sorry, I traded away T.J. Hawkinson. He needed a tight end. I traded him T.J. Hawkinson for Deebo Samuel in a fourth. So I'm pretty happy with that. Deebo Samuel seems to be getting enough work to be reliable. I'm not sure if it's going to last season long, but I will gladly take that start. Now for backups, I got some quarterbacks to pivot to. I got some handcuffs if I need to if a player goes down. And I'm benching Cortland Sutton this week because he's going against the Chargers, and he didn't get anything going against Indy, so I'm gonna just let him run the pine this week. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's my roster.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And you're going up against a good one as well.
Yeah.
He's going with Jalen Allen, HN, Cook. Although HN's going against Buffalo, so I don't know if he's going to get a whole lot. He's got Ridley and Pickens. And it looks like Pickens is working some magic with Dak because CeeDee Lamb isn't. CeeDee Lamb is dropping a hell of way too many balls lately, especially at times that they need him to catch. So maybe the faith isn't going to be there for much longer with CeeDee Lamb, and Pickens could reap the rewards. He's got TJ Hawkinson, new quarterback. We'll see what happens there in Minnesota.
Carson Wentz is the quarterback, so let's just be clear. So things are going to dramatically change. Very different, different play styles. Yeah.
Henderson, Devonta Smith. I don't know if you can trust Charbonnet. You might want to swap him out.
That's a tough one.
Questionable.
It's a 1A 1B. Yeah, but that's because they went Kenneth Walker. In week 1, they went Charbonnet. So you don't where are they going to go?
Exactly. So guys that he has on his bench, like Kenneth Gainwell, maybe. Tyler Algier had a wicked week, but I don't think he does it back to back. What else has he got here? That's about it. That is about it. Maybe Ford. But against Green Bay's defense, maybe
that's
not.
A big no. That's a big no.
So I don't know. I would seriously look at Charbonnet and maybe changing him out for maybe Gainwell against New England because New England's defense maybe isn't as strong. But let me see here, 131 to 116. Yeah, I'm gonna give the win to you, Mike.
Thank you. I do believe in a rebound for a lot of my guys this week. The biggest thing I want to watch for is the Eagles faced Kansas City, and both teams could not move the ball.
Yeah, that was weird.
I did not expect the level of ineptitude on the offense on both sides. Are the defenses just that good, or is it just too early in the season to get a rhythm going? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm hoping week 3 allows these guys to fully rebound. So your Jalen Hurts, your Saquon Barkleys, your Devonta Smiths, your AJ Browns. So I'm facing Devonta Smith. Now it could go Devonta Smith instead of AJ Brown, or I can go AJ Brown instead of Devonta Smith. I don't know, but I'm hoping for the Eagles to uptick this week.
Yeah, and I think the Eagles will bounce back. I think that was just an anomaly game where both teams, I don't know, Maybe the Eagles were overlooking the Chiefs and the Chiefs were scared from the Super Bowl, maybe. I don't know. So next matchup is myself versus Slick.
Yeah.
This is the closest I've been projected all season long.
Okay.
So I'm happy for that. But
117 to 103.
I haven't been over 100 yet. So
okay. Tell us what you got.
I got Mahomes. Genty, Genty's having a half decent year. Pacheco, who's pooping.
That's a concern. I'm not sure what's going on with Pacheco. He's only getting half of the snaps, and he's not being very good with what he is getting.
No. Neither one of them, neither him or Hunt, aren't lighting it up. So I don't know what's the story there. Maybe this is their rebound week against the Giants, playing a weaker team. They got to snap out of it or their season's done.
Mm-hmm.
Titawa McKillen, Keon Coleman.
McKillen?
What?
It's McMillan, but I like the name. McKillen.
McKillen.
This is the guy who's going to be killing it. Yeah.
That's right. He's going to get me the victory. Keon Coleman, Schultz. Hopefully Hollywood Brown bounces back.
Well, they need him.
And
they definitely need him.
Wandell Robinson, I hope he's not too bad hurt.
What's his deal? Tending to a foot issue. A limited practice with a foot issue.
Limited practice. So he did practice. And they play Sunday night, so I would suspect he's gonna play.
Okay.
I really don't have anything on my bench to swap out, especially for Pacheco.
Yeah,
I really need some running backs.
Well, would you consider playing Tyquan Thornton over Hollywood?
Maybe, or even I might even, because I picked up McNichols. Why is he now questionable?
What did he do?
Oh, hamstring injury. What the fudge? He wasn't listed that yesterday. Okay, we'll have to keep it on that one. But that could be a swap out for Pacheco, maybe.
That's an option.
Yeah. And Slick is going with Love, Kyrie Williams, Travis Etienne, CeeDee Lamb. Lamb get nothing again this week. Thank you. McLaurin with a new quarterback, so maybe
it's Marcus Mariota. Woo, Mariota.
Yeah, 45 years old.
Jeez.
Didn't have an arm for all of his 45 years of his life. Strange. Lad McConkey, who is questionable. What's his dealio? Where is that again? Lad McConkey, where are you? There you are.
Arm.
He doesn't practice. So hopefully he just rides the pine, and Slick leaves him in there. That would be nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just he misses the opportunity to swap him out for somebody. Slick does have depth,
Warren though. And Allen. Oh, he does.
Yeah, like Quinshon Judkins, who's now getting some playing time.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt.
Najee Harris is getting to start over.
Darnell Mooney, but he's hurt. He's
Olave.
Questionable. Yeah, but Olave did nothing last week.
He's getting targets, right? So if you chase the targets, it's like, hey, look, you're getting a nice floor. He got 8 points based on targets and yards. If you're using that, then you're just looking for that touchdown to push you over.
Well, he only got 10 targets. Well, he got 10. Well, I shouldn't say only got 10 targets. He got 10 targets. He just didn't get his touchdowns, which has been his thing in the years past. So, I still want to pick myself. But I can't.
The biggest challenge I think you face is your tight end is never going to be a high floor. Like, he's going to get you 4.5, 5 points every week because he doesn't get a lot of work. He gets his average targets. He doesn't do a lot with them. And it's like you need somebody a bit more bold at your tight end, and then you need to find a solution for Isaiah Pacheco. Once you find that, I think you're going to be far more competitive.
Oh, yeah.
And at tight end, you do have Cade Otton. Is that a guy you would consider? Because he plays more snaps.
Yeah, he's been a kind of a, for him, it was, I had Loveland in, but then I just after last week where he got like 1 point, I'm done with him. So yes, I might swap to him because you're right. He probably does get more targets.
I don't know if he
Like, what
gets
did
more
Schultz get
targets, right?
last week?
Schultz got more
4.
targets. Like, he's guaranteed targets every week, but he's touchdown dependent to get you big points. Whereas he's only on the field half the time. Whereas Cade Otton is on the field more often, but is also getting the same amount of targets. So I'm not sure which way is the right way to go here.
Well, and you know what? Like, Otton is going against the Jets. What is Schultz is going against Jacksonville. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll see. I'll see how the week goes. See how I feel. But yeah, I think I gotta go with Slick again.
All right, Slick. I'm gonna go Slick. Just to recap, Slick is going in 1-1. You're going in 0-2. All right. Matchup number 3, we got Donnie versus Marvin. Donnie's 1-1. Marvin's currently sitting 2-0. Donnie's rocking out Caleb Williams. I'm not sure if that's a great idea, but he doesn't have a lot of options at quarterback. Matt Stafford versus Trevor Lawrence, so maybe Caleb Williams is the guy to go to. He's done admirably, right? He's not hurting the team. So he leads with Caleb Williams, Bijan Robinson, Javonte Williams, Puka Nacua, who is just crazy good this year, Nico Collins, who's having some struggles because his quarterback can't seem to get things going.
But he bounced back last week with 12 points.
Right, because he got a touchdown, but his quarterback can't seem to throw a decent ball right now.
Yeah, true.
Chigokonkwo. Yeah, that's the tight end. Brian Thomas, Brees Hall, Cedric Tillman. So not a bad lineup. O'Marion Hampton, maybe as a substitution. Troy Franklin got some ridiculous work last week. Might be. Yeah. I'd rather see another week or two if he's going to get if that stays consistent before I trust putting him in a lineup. Yeah.
Correct.
And then he's got Marvin. Marvin's got Jaden Daniels, who's questionable because of the knee injury, but he did not practice yesterday or today, so that's not good. Josh Jacobs. He's got Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, Amon St. Brown, Jonnu Smith, Garrett Wilson, Ricky Pearsall, DK Metcalf. And he did spend a lot of fab this week. He picked up Russell Wilson and Jake Browning to pair up with his Bryce Young. That's because he has, I thought he had Joe Burrow. Where's Joe Burrow? Is he on IR?
Yes, he is.
Okay, that explains.
Actually, and that's something that, seems how you're a co-commissioner on this league, I really don't like the moniker of out when guys are hurt and you can't put them on the IR.
Well, you can put them on the IR in this league if they have the listing of out, but you have to wait for them to get that listing.
No, I go to my team. I look at Darren Waller, for an example. He is out. He is out, and he's out because he's injured. When I click on bench, I don't have the option to put him on IR.
Oh, so I guess that is a setting. So that's something
that was something we changed 2 or 3 years ago, when it was out because the guy was a healthy scratch.
Okay.
Like, guys were putting those guys on the IR to free up a bench spot.
Right, to go grab something.
And I just, it's just me venting, but it's like, I don't like the idea that if a guy is hurt, you got to be able to put him on the IR list.
Well, Donnie did have this
category.
Yeah, Donnie did have this conversation with Slick in another league, where his belief is that if you are on injured reserve, you should have the designation injured reserve. So if you're out, you shouldn't have. That doesn't matter. You're not out. You are eligible to play. Whatever your reason for being out is, if it's week to week, then you don't get to go and be on IR. So it's kind of like a league setting thing. And if it's something that you'd like to see do something different, then I think it's democratically in the offseason. We put it forward, we vote on it, and say, what do you guys think? I'm not opposed to it. The way we run our leagues as it is, we have a lot of bench depth to begin with.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of guys we're going out and grabbing and hanging on to.
Yeah.
So if we were to, say, shorten our benches, to improve the access to the
wire.
waiver wire in conjunction with dropping later round picks to make the waiver wire more active. That's something I would personally consider. But right now, the way things are sitting, I feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you and Donnie are the commissioners, I have to pick Marvin.
Okay, look, I'm only a commissioner when Donnie
By
needs
proxy.
one, right? Yeah. He just like, hey, dude, I'm not able. Can you please thing? All right. So you're going Marvin. I'm going Marvin. Like I don't know how. Like I can see a path for where Donnie's team
It's
plays up.
close.
You know what? I will go Donnie here. It's so close. It's the 3-point differential. I'll pivot. I'll go Donnie. You go Marvin. That way we're not same all the way down. Matchup number 4. Gabriel versus Josh. Josh is currently 0-2, facing off Gabriel, who's 1-2. Gabriel's rocking Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb, Kenneth Walker, Risky, Jamar Chase, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Brock Bowers, Marvin Harrison, Bill Krosky Merritt, Emeka Ibuka. That's a solid lineup.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody I would want to pivot to.
Maybe Johnston.
Quentin Johnson?
Yeah.
Who would you pull out, though?
I don't know, but it's just Johnston has put up some monster numbers 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, well, he's got Lad McConkey on one side. He's got Keenan Allen, and he kind of gets left unattended to.
Yeah, like it's a situation whereby Gabe's lineup is solid.
It's
all the way
good.
through. Like he's getting double digits all the way through. Like why would you pivot to anything else?
Yeah.
Maybe Herbert over Jackson. But again, that's going to be a close one. Those two guys are going to get the same. They're probably going to get within 2 or 3 points of each other.
Yeah, Herbert's playing against Denver. Denver's has got a really good pass defense. Whereas Lamar's playing against Detroit. Detroit defense
it's going to stop them in the run. That's going to be the problem, I think.
But then he still has the ability to pass, right? So I think personally, I think Baltimore and Detroit is going to go to a shootout where they're going to move the ball and the defenses are going to do their best. But I think they're going to find ways to rack up the score.
Sure.
So I'm not opposed
that
to
Denver
Lamar.
game could be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, because Denver might not be able to score a lot because they haven't really found their groove yet offensively, but their defense is still pretty tight. Yeah.
And then with Josh, he's going with Drake May, Brown, who's going to have a stand-up game.
Tough Minnesota defense, though.
Yes, very
They're
much
good
so.
against the run.
Yeah. Swift from Chicago, who's already questionable, and I don't know if
Quad limited practice.
I see Dallas destroying Chicago this week.
Yeah, I want that. I want that bad.
Drake London, Zay Flowers, Njoku, T. Higgins again.
Okay, it's
Jordan
either going to be
Mason
it's going to be a T. Higgins game or a Jamar Chase game. I don't think Jake Browning has the ability to support both guys. That's the unfortunate part.
And really, maybe Brown reaps a reward because they might have to run a little bit more than what they normally did. What's he got on his bench? A lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's the new quarterback king.
Yeah, Tyrone Chasey, but he's questionable. Xavier Worthy, again, questionable.
Yeah, I wouldn't start Worthy this week. I'd wait to see
Josh Downs, who's questionable. Like everybody that's like above 7 points on his bench is all questionable.
They come with
I think he's probably got he's got his best lineup, I think, in the books. And for that,
you're going little baby sheep man? Gabriel.
A little bit of mutton.
Okay. Now I'm torn. Because I can see a path.
For both, yes.
It would be an upset victory for Josh because he's projected low. And there's a couple guys here that have been struggling so far. Like Njoku. Njoku's not getting the targets that he should because he's competing with that other kid, that Hannon. Cooper Kupp, hit or miss. Jordan Mason's a great play because now he's just the dude. And he could be really good this week. Zay Flowers is hit or miss, but he could be the star of the show. Drake London off to a really slow start, but you know what he can do. Ugh.
Go with whichever you want.
As much as I think Josh is trending towards being the last place team this year, I think he's going to etch out a victory this week. I'm gonna go Josh.
Oh, you're projecting me to get dumped into the last place?
No,
Thank
no.
you.
I think by the end of the year, I think. Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah. So if you
This
might be
week.
last week, this week, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now we got Chervin versus Juan.
Yeah, the other
Chervin's 1-1. Juan's 2-0.
Mhm.
Surprising 2-0, I think.
Yes.
I'm going out on a limb to say, you know what, Juan, this could be very well be your year.
The magic year.
Yeah. Chervin, Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, who really pooped to bed last week, but we'll probably have a bounce back. Bucky Irving, just consistent all the way around. Malik Neighbors, going against Kansas City, so he might have a rough week. Hunter, yeah. Tyler Kraft, who has basically taken over the tight end role there in Green Bay. DJ Moore, Troy Pollard, and
Jameson Williams. Yeah.
Yes. On his bench, really, Mayfield's probably his best quarterback because against Buffalo, I can't see him getting too many points. Scadaboo, might want to put in Scadaboo. That might be an option.
I'd wait for another good performance before I trust starting Scadaboo. But Juwan Jennings is healthy.
Yeah.
Right? And he got some targets and a touchdown with Mac Jones.
True. What's he's questionable for some reason. Why he didn't practice today?
No, he's an old man. He needs his Wednesday break.
He's only 28.
He's an old man in football terms.
Ankle and shoulder. He's like me. Beat up all over. And then he won. We got Danny Dimes in quarterback. Yeah, that's going to be changing, I'm pretty sure.
Nope. He's rolling Danny Dimes.
When he's got Jalen Hurts on the bench. We'll see. We'll see come this weekend whether it's Danny Dimes or Jalen Hurts.
Look, man. This was not his roster last week. Okay. he set this. This is his current set roster. Yeah.
Okay. Derrick Henry, solid player.
Except for last week. Last week he 1.3 points. That's not solid. That's just a really anomaly down week.
Yes. Yeah. Chuba Hubbard, Tyreek Hill.
Boo earns.
Yeah, he's doing nothing. Again. Devonta Adams, Travis Kelce.
Jalen Naylor. Interesting choice.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy and Jacoby Myers. Who's he got in tight end that could? Ferguson, maybe?
Oh, he's benching Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle's hasn't been doing nothing.
Well, he got 15 points. He got a touchdown last week. That was helpful.
Oh, did he? Oh,
he did, yeah.
I can't see him benching Hurts. How is
that I don't know why either, but it's totally a possibility.
Maybe he's trying to fake us all out with our picks.
Well, maybe he's bait and switching us. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm not going to play Daniel Jones. This is crazy, but I'm going to make you think that I'm playing Daniel Jones, and then I'm going to swap to Jalen Hurts, who only got 10 points last week.
And that may be why. Maybe he's thinking going against the Rams defense that they would shut him down again.
Maybe. Whereas Tennessee is not going to shut down Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones is the number 2 quarterback on the year.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
Yeah. Hey, I'm playing Daniel Jones in one particular location because I need a quarterback.
You know, I'm going out on a limb here, and I know he's 12-point. He's a 12-point deficit. I'd still go on Juan. I think his team has a bigger ceiling.
Okay, I'm going Chervin. You go Juan. Well, let's see if the magic if the Cinderella story continues. Because Daniel Jones based upon his previous, right? That's an extra 8 points he could be getting based upon previous performance. That closes that gap pretty quick.
Yeah. And quite honestly, if you think about he is every year there seems to be a quarterback who shows up out of nowhere.
Rises from the ashes.
It started with Geno Smith in his first year in Seattle. His first year in Seattle, where I don't think anybody expected him to have the year that he had.
True.
You look at Sam Darnold last year. No one expected him to have that.
Baker Mayfield resurrecting his career.
Yes.
Yep.
Brock Purdy as a rookie, having a wicked year as the rookie. Now maybe it's Daniel Jones's year to step up and show why he was drafted where he was drafted.
Maybe it's his time.
So, yep.
All right. Well, that wraps up the league stuff. Let's get over to this week's bet. Well, congratulations, Andrew. Last week's bet we did was a pick 6 over under. You were the winner of that one. You got 2 out of the 6, where I got 1 out of the 6. We didn't. We picked a lot of overs. Yeah, we picked a lot of overs, and they all went under. Really unfortunate. Meaning, you're sitting at 2-0. I have to pick this week, and I'm going back to the well with another pick 6 formation. But this time, we're going to pick 6 losers. Okay, so those losers have to be legit losers. So we want a team that's going to get absolutely crushed. No special caveat. They can lose by 1 point, but we want losers, right? We want to be clear and definitive.
Okay.
Now,
it has nothing to do with the spread. Nothing to do with anything.
Just straight loss.
Straight up. You suck.
Yep. Now,
kind of like when they chant out for Kurt Hennig, "You suck." You suck.
Kurt
Hennig. Or not Kurt Hennig.
Like Mr. Perfect?
No. That's Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. There we go. That makes more sense. All right, my first selection is going to be Miami on Thursday night getting crushed by Buffalo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a given.
Yeah, I feel that one's pretty locked in.
When you messaged me and I looked at some of the games, there's a few that I am definitely going to stay the hell away
I
from.
know, right? There's some close ones. Some tough calls.
But this week, I have to pick the Bears getting the crap kicked out of them by the Cowboys.
Where was Chicago? Chicago was my number 11, right? Because Chicago can move the ball. They can be scored on, but they can move the ball. And it's not like Dallas has got a solid defense. So, to me, that was in the middle of the pack. A team that I do expect to lose this week is Cleveland.
Against the Packers, yeah.
Yeah, it's because of the Packers, not so much Cleveland. I just expect the Packers to be very, very good.
Bounce back week. The Chefs will beat the Giants.
The New York Giants. Okay, where do I have the New York Giants? Because I have them as a number 7. So I do have them as losing. I don't think the Chiefs will lose to that. Maybe Russell Wilson can put up some points to make it competitive, but I still think the win goes to the Chiefs. All right, well, that leaves my next team. I'm going to go with the New York Jets being led by Tyrod Taylor. I don't think that the Buccaneers will face much competition from that New York Jets team.
But you know what? I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I don't think it's going to be like a major blowout. I think it's going to be closer. But yes, I think the Buccaneers win. Wow.
I've got my top 3 choices so far.
I'm going to take Philadelphia over the Rams.
Let's see what the Rams to lose.
Yes.
The Los Angeles Rams. Okay, where do I got? I got the Rams at number 9. So that means I'm getting my top 4, which is fantastic. This was a tough call. This is where the break happens for me, where I think things get really weird. But I'm going to pick the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, I think because
you're taking the Saints to lose.
Yes,
okay.
I'm taking the Saints to lose. Right? Picking losers.
Yes,
I think Seattle wins this. I think not Geno Smith. I think Sam Darnold, that offense. I think things are moving well for them.
Starting to gel.
Right, things are working way better than they're working in New Orleans. I think New Orleans gets another loss and Seattle gets this win. So that means I've got my top 4 selections here.
A lot of teams now start to become coin tosses.
Yeah, this is where it gets really muddy. I had my number 4, 5, and 6. I could have swapped in order because I think there's a chance for upsets here.
I am going to take the Falcons over the Panthers.
Okay.
So Panthers to lose.
That was my number 6. Yeah, so Carolina. Yeah, so New Orleans, Carolina, and the team I'm taking here in the 5 spot, which is going to be Tennessee.
Yeah, they've had such an interesting start.
Mm-hmm. It's not that. I think the Colts are hot, right? They're riding the Daniel Jones hotness. They're riding that train. Tennessee is trying to figure things out. I don't know if I trust Daniel Jones to be completely solid all year, right? Because he lost his job for a reason. So this might be he runs down the field and trips and falls over a blade of grass, and that thus changes the trajectory of his career. So this is a game I am concerned about, but I still have high hopes that Colts win, Tennessee loses.
Yeah. My next one is going to be the Patriots lose to the Steelers.
Okay, what did I pick? Yeah, you know what? That is
you have
the Steelers... New England. You're choosing New England to lose.
Yes.
New England to lose. Okay, I have Pittsburgh losing. Yeah.
I think the Steelers defense is a little bit better than New England's. It's going to be a close game. And the Steelers are only favored by 1.5 points.
Yeah, it's not super close. All right. So that means I had them down there at 12. That means I've got... You're probably not going to like this.
Take your favorite.
No. I don't want to bet on that. I'm betting the Bengals to lose.
It's a thing of the backups.
Yeah. So Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz, and I believe the Minnesota defense is all the difference here, and that Minnesota defense wins them this game. So I got the Bengals.
Yeah. I don't want any of them left.
I know there's some really rotten selections here.
49ers, Cardinals, that
could go either way.
Yeah.
You got Broncos and Chargers either way. Houston and Jacksonville either way. Raiders and Commanders, it depends. I would choose the Raiders to lose if Jaden Daniels is the quarterback, but if it's Marcus Mariota, it could easily go the other way. And I don't want to touch the Lions and Baltimore game. That was my number 16 option. I don't want.
No.
I have Baltimore losing, but that's just because I'm a homer.
Wow. I think I have to take the Raider Commanders game.
Okay. But knowing what you know now, how do you pick?
Jaden Daniels is just questionable, right?
He is questionable. Out. Yeah, he's not an out. He was off yesterday and today. He didn't practice in the last 2 days.
What was his thing, though?
It's a knee injury.
Is it an ankle?
No, knee injury.
Wow. No, I think the Commanders' defense is stout enough that... and with Brock Bowers being hurt or still questionable, no, I'm gonna take the Raiders to lose.
It's Vegas. All right. So I've got Miami, Cleveland, New York Jets, New Orleans, Tennessee, and the Bengals. You've got the Bears, the Giants, the Rams, Carolina, New England, and Las Vegas.
What are we gonna do if it's a tie?
What have we done in the past? Do you remember?
I think it was because we were picking losers and you want to pick the absolute worsts.
Yeah, okay. Point differential?
Think it was point differential. Whoever has the biggest differential is the winner.
Point differential to break the tie.
So if your point differential is 20 and my point differential is 25,
you win.
I win
because you have the higher differential. Yep.
Because I have the better losers.
So now you want your guys to really lose, right? So you don't want to be close games. You want blowout games.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I'm down with that. I think Miami
and my gut, the Bears, the Giants are gonna be blowouts for me. I think Miami, Cleveland, and the Jets might be blowouts for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping, man. Fingers crossed. Here we go.
I think New Orleans, Tennessee, and the Bengals could put up some numbers. Just maybe not enough.
All right. Whoop, whoop. It'll be fun. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show, which is great because I am dying over here and I need some rest. So you guys enjoy your week of football. Stay out of trouble. Or, you know what? Get into some trouble. Make some stories, and then tell us about it when you guys come onto the show. Have some fun with it, guys, from one poor man to another. Remember, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. Good night, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody.